afternoon, and welcome to this week's segment of Afternoon Delight. My name is Camille Walter.
I'm Brie Levine.
I'm Anna Ostrowski.
And last but not least, Sean Ademi.
Attention Full House fans. Remember the saying, "You got it, dude"? Well, it looks like Full House is going to have a comeback starting really soon. Announced Monday night on Live with Jimmy Kimmel, John Stamos announced that he will be producing a runoff and segment spin-off show of the hit series that aired in 1987 to 1995, which I trust John Stamos producing this, and I think it's going to be good. What do you think?
I would not agree with you, only because
There's some conflict going
it's
on.
only because have you seen? I used to love Boy Meets World on Disney Channel.
Oh, and then they did the
and
Girl
they did
Meets
Girl
World.
Meets World, and that was I just saw an episode of that, and it ruined my childhood.
Really?
So,
It
Oh,
ruined
why
my
was it so
childhood.
bad?
why was it so bad?
Yeah.
Just the acting. I don't know if it was because I was younger, but like
Right.
the acting just was subpar. The script, the writers seemed lazy, sloppy. It's kind of like when they rehash a movie franchise and they're trying to redo it, like they're making a Joe Dirt 2, where they're trying to revamp like Jurassic Park again. You're just like let the nostalgia stay. Like you loved it for what it was, and it might
For sure.
taint your image of Full House. That's all I'm saying.
Well, hopefully Full House then, it's more of a new show. Like, I know it's supposed to be like a spin-off, but hopefully it doesn't sound like it's going to be kind of a new show because it's going to be the exact same thing that Danny went through. But hopefully they changed the name a little bit and they changed the, the show a little bit.
They're changing it. Was it Fuller House?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Gotcha.
we're
So big
changing
step.
it by like two
But then I
letters.
see what you're saying when you say that it's Girl Meets World instead of Boy Meets World.
yeah.
I'm hoping that we will see positive outcomes from the Fuller House
Hopefully.
productions. So, what else do you guys have to talk about today?
In contrast with the whole like Full House, big happy family deal, I read that a dad has suffered a do-it-yourself tattoo nightmare after he misspelt his son's name on his arm.
Oh no.
I guess he ordered an ink gun online. You can just get that online now, I guess. And just did it in his living room. Wrote his son's name on there. And he is now getting all of his tattoos removed because I guess he did some on his hands as well. And he said after he does that, he wants to try to get a campaign going so that people like him can't just go buy an ink gun without any questions being asked. Which I kind of agree with. Like a 15-year-old could just be like, hey, I want a tattoo. Mom won't let me, so let me just go buy an ink gun. And he said that he just Googled how to use it. So
Well, okay, so he's trying to get a campaign going against something that he
He
stupidly did.
I mean, good for him, but at the same time, why did you do it?
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about this.
It just does not seem like a smart idea.
It just
to
seems like a
begin with.
mess, if you ask me.
and like good dad, you know how to spell your son's name. Like good job.
Yeah.
Way to go. Do you have anything to add, Sean?
It just kind of reminds me of that movie where that guy had no regrets tattooed on his
Oh.
I don't forget what it's called.
We Are
but-
the Millers.
Yeah, We Are the Millers. So.
Well, speaking of families, most families have awesome pets. So let's take a look at Perfect Pets.
Each week, the student-run television station WMCN-TV sends out a group of students to film some of the most precious animals of the Cooley Region Humane Society, in a segment we like to call Perfect Pets. The Cooley Region Humane Society offers a variety of programs and services at little or no cost to help both animals and people in our community. If you have found or lost a pet, are in need of training assistance, need cat behavior consultation, desire to volunteer, need to surrender your pet, or are looking to adopt a pet, the Cooley Region Humane Society offers this and so much more. So what are you waiting for? Adopt or become a volunteer today. To find out more about these services, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the number for the Cooley Region Humane Society is 781-4014.
Well, so, talking about families and Full House and all those shows, what, makes up the family unit? And, nothing more important than the babies,
The
Obviously.
children.
The children, of
Cute
course.
little kids.
And I came across this really neat study that shows that babies learn faster from surprises. And like, so when they're presented with an object that defied their expectations, they paid more attention to it, but they also like created and tested hypotheses around their confusion. Like, so for example, if you rolled a ball and it went behind a wall, the baby would slam the ball against the wall to prove its solidity, you know?
Oh,
So it's kind of showing, you know, that the babies use the world to motivate their learning, and researchers, you know, find it interesting because they're trying to know, are humans born kind of like with knowledge, or is it gathered through the result of observations,
Something
you know,
that
of the world?
happens.
Interesting.
I personally, I'm a swim instructor at the lacrosse YMCA, so I work with the itty bitty kids,
Oh,
like
the
2-year-olds. They're
little
so
ones.
cute.
Oh, that's
And
so
some
cute.
things that they say just fascinate me. Like, I don't remember me as a 2-year-old saying things like this, but I mean, very polite. I can always see that the parents are really great with teaching them their P's and T's and making sure that they're nice to their teacher. And just some of the things that you're saying, like the observations that they see in the pool, like where's the lifeguard? They know right away where's the lifeguard sitting. So I see how children develop this at a young age.
I think it's kind of interesting. I've never really like thought about, you know, that development stage of like, you know, we all have to learn at some point that the wall is a solid object.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting because my roommate is an young education major, and so she tells me all these stories about these little kids, you know, discovering the world, and it's incredible.
I don't know if you guys saw the clip. I saw it on Facebook of a 4-year-old that just got hearing for the first time and hearing his mother's voice. Did you guys see that clip? No.
I didn't see
It was
that.
so remarkable, and it really like made my day. I don't know. It's incredible how the body works. Really.
Exactly. Do you have anything to add about that?
No, I think you guys summed it up. I mean, that's such like a prime age to be learning and discovering all those new things. But like you were saying, like going into their minds and like you hear them say certain things where you're like, why did they just
How would
think
they
of that?
pick
Like
that
what?
up? Yeah.
So I mean, I miss that. I miss, you know, being observant and innocent like that. It's cute.
We're not innocent
We're not
anymore, you
innocent
guys.
anymore.
Yeah,
We're
that sounds
20.
so bad. But I mean,
Well, I mean, I like to think I'm innocent.
Well, speaking of innocence, this is a pretty cute story about a little boy. So this little boy writes a letter to George Lucas. As you know, George Lucas is the creator, writer, whatever, not creator, but you know what I mean, of Star Wars. And in Star Wars, the good guys, the Jedi, can't get married, but the Sith can, the bad guys can. So this little boy, he writes this letter, and you can read it up on the screen now. It says, "Dear George Lucas, I don't like that a Jedi cannot get married. I want to get married without becoming a Sith. Please change this rule. P.S. I want to come to Skywalker Ranch, please. Love, Colin."
Aww.
And the most incredible thing about this story is that George Lucas actually replied. And he goes, "Hello, Colin. Thank you so much for writing us with your question. It sounds like the Force is very strong with you, and you are showing great wisdom by asking your question. To be a Jedi is to truly know the value of friendship, of compassion, and of loyalty, and these are values important in a marriage. The Sith think inward, only of themselves. When you find someone that you can connect with in a selfless way, then you are on the path of light, and the dark side will not take hold of you. With this goodness in your heart, you can be married. We enclosed a few gifts that we hope you enjoy. Thank you again for writing to us. May the Force be with you." So, and they just got a whole bunch of stuff. Like he got comic books and coloring books and all these sorts of things.
oh, that's horrible.
I think that's awesome
that
that the
cute?
producers wrote back to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I mean, me as a kid, if I would have wrote to Disney about Tinkerbell, I would have expected a Tinkerbell toy. Just kidding. But, I mean,
I would hope.
so sweet. Such a touching story that he wrote back and explained marriage to him and how
Yeah.
friendship should be at a young
Yeah.
age. That's good for children to hear about as well.
I just think it's just so cute. And like the only thing that was a little bit disappointing is that I was looking at a picture of all the stuff that he got sent and no passes to Skywalker Ranch,
Ugh.
which is, I mean, maybe it was in there. Maybe I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
But I hope he gets to go to Skywalker Ranch.
Well,
sweet.
you know, speaking of Star Wars, are you kind of excited that they're revamping the series with J.J. Abrams making the 7th one?
I am excited, but I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant about it because, you know, like we talked about earlier, you know, revamping our old childhood favorites.
Yeah.
It's a little scary, but I'm excited to see where it
Anna,
comes from.
big Star Wars fan.
I've never seen it. Sorry, guys. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen it either.
Okay.
We're on the same page. I'm sorry.
I don't get it. I don't get how anybody would not see it, but
It looks like something I could watch now. I wouldn't have understood it
Yeah.
as a kid.
I think I played a
That's
Star Wars
understandable.
video game before.
that's kind of the same thing, right?
So I have a story about, since we're kind of focusing on families, a mother, she is 125 pounds. Her name is Molly Schuler. Just won Sunday's contest for the Big Texan Steak Ranch in Amarillo, Texas. She ate 72-ounce steaks, 3 baked potatoes, 3 side salads, 3 rolls, and 3 shrimp cocktails. Wow. Is all I have to say to that.
That is incredible. She's 125 pounds.
And she ate it all within 20 minutes.
What?
Wait,
20
20 minutes?
minutes?
No.
Wait, no, that's not.
Was it an hour and
No
20
way.
minutes? 2 hours and 20
And she did it all within 20 minutes.
minutes.
Record in the process.
Oh.
How does
She-
that work?
She just got submitted into Guinness World Records. She won $5,000. And in her, she's done a food challenge before. I guess she won a competitive eating circuit and once gobbled down 363 chicken wings in 30 minutes. So good for her, I guess. I can't really explain. I don't think I could ever eat that much.
It's the fact that you said she's 125 pounds that blew me away because I can put down a lot of food. Like, I've gone to restaurants and I've had, you know, the servers come and laugh at me because of, like, how much I ordered.
The
and
buffet
then, like,
of food.
yeah, like last time I went to Perkins, I had so much food in front of me, and like they called other servers and they were like, take photos, like, and I always like took pride in that.
Seriously?
Yeah, my friends would like film it beforehand, and they're like, no way you're gonna eat all this, and I would, and I was like, you know, like I can just eat a lot, and then hearing this though, that's crazy, like just to think about that someone could do that. She must have like thrown up afterwards.
I would think so.
Oh my gosh.
Well, let's take a
Jeez.
look at the UWL promo for this week.
At the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, surround yourself with potential. Surround yourself with lifelong friends. Step on campus and be welcomed with a friendly smile. It's just like home. Surround yourself with nature's beauty. Nestled in western Wisconsin's driftless area, it's perfect for learning. Hike the bluffs, bike the marsh, soar. Surround yourself with challenging academics. Our motto is Men's Corpus Gay, Latin for mind and body. Experience a whole education. Conduct research. Surround yourself with distinction. Surround yourself with UW-La Crosse.
Welcome back, everyone.
So, happy news. Kind of going off, you know, your cute little letter. Some more happy news. Keaton Lee invented a shoe that grows, and it's a sandal that adjusts its size, which allows children living in poverty to grow up without having to go barefoot. And these shoes come in small and large, and they can grow up to 5 sizes and last more than 5 years. So it looks like a little sandal. I found a picture of it. It's like this, and it has like little straps that you can like keep changing to make it grow bigger and bigger.
Oh, cool.
And there's countless more to come, and they have served over 300 million children who do not have shoes.
That's incredible.
And that's huge.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really touching story.
That is incredible. I think, you know, people don't think about clothing needs, really. You know, they think about world hunger, they think about, you know, shelter, but clothing is just as important. And I think, you know, you don't want to have a child go barefoot.
Right, shoes especially. I mean, there's so many different things. Actually, I went to Chicago last weekend, and there was, I went to this huge shoe donation, and she brought shoes to kids in Africa. And she actually met a doctor who had to go down to Chicago and do a bunch of amputations on children's feet because they got so many sores and like jitters and stuff like that. So I mean, shoes is a big problem that I think, like you said, a lot of people don't really think about. So
Right. I think that's so cool how, like, they took something, you know, that not many people would think of.
Right.
And
No,
just-
definitely not.
Yeah.
And something super simple too. I mean, you literally just unstrap it and you move it a little bit, strap it back. It's super simple and makes a huge difference.
That's so incredible. I'm kind of doing comparisons right now. I know I've bought Tom's shoes in the past.
yeah.
For that reason, that they donate a pair of shoes to children in need. And I would wonder if they would do anything with donations. The maker of the shoe would do anything for making donations so that he can keep on building these shoes for the children.
Right. Yeah. The only thing he said is that the problem with donating shoes is that children can grow out of them quickly.
That's so
but I'm
true.
sure donations with like money to help make these shoes, or even just time to help make them again.
It'll be
too.
interesting to see maybe a few months down the road if he comes out with anything more
Yeah.
to spark the donations. That would be really neat.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Anything to add, Sean?
No, I just feel like that would be really like, other than it being like a humanitarian like philanthropy kind of thing, like that's really cool. But also, I just feel like if you just had to, like, think about if we used that too. Think about how much money you could save if you
Oh
just
my
had,
gosh,
like,
yeah.
you didn't have to keep. I know my friends that pay. The other day, he's like $150 on a pair of Air Jordans. And I was
That's
like,
ridiculous.
I was like, you know that the poor kid that had to make that, you know, in the sweatshop didn't even probably get like a couple dollars, and they're charging you $150 for it. So,
Yeah.
like,
That's
that's
heartbreaking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've kind of turned the
good
light on the
story.
stories here, guys.
Yeah.
Anybody
Wow.
else have anything maybe more upbeat?
A little
to
bit more
add?
upbeat. Well, I do have a story. As we all know, yesterday was a celebration of sorts. I don't know if it's a 420. Yes. If you
We're
don't know what it
college
is, we're
guys.
not going to get into it. But anyway, interesting enough, on 420, McDonald's tested in San Diego serving breakfast all day. So it was kind
I
of
heard
a.
that that's going to be a thing.
I heard, yes. It's going to be released in certain cities.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not opposed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
can that
McDonald's
please be a
breakfast.
thing? My gosh.
McMuffins, please.
McGriddles. That would,
McGriddles
yeah.
are still good too.
They're okay.
I'm a big fan of the McMuffin.
McMuffin.
I'm definitely a big fan of the McMuffin, and so they're testing it in a few kitchens. The only problem with it that they've said before, the reason why they don't is because their kitchens are so small, and so they don't have room to make all the burgers and all the McMuffins
same time.
At the same time.
Okay.
So they're testing it on like a little bit bigger kitchens. So bigger cities will probably have this option. In La Crosse, there's no plans as of yet.
Shucks.
Sorry.
I can't say that I think breakfast is the only time I ever go to McDonald's.
It's the only time I would ever.
Yeah.
I love their
honestly.
breakfast.
Minneapolis, though. They're planning on
Oh,
testing
okay.
it in Minneapolis. So hopefully that'll come soon.
Bigger city.
Well,
Yes,
fun
exactly.
fact, like about McDonald's, if we're on that subject, I heard
Mm-hmm.
that La Crosse has like the nicest McDonald's like in the nation or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's like super luxurious. I didn't like fact check
Unalaska McDonald's?
Yeah, the Unalaska
Okay.
one. I said La Crosse, didn't I?
Well-
no, yeah, the Unalaska one. It's like
Near.
Tomato,
It's
tomato.
near.
yeah, they're like
Same
trying
region.
something kind of like newish there, like with they were like fancy TVs and like they're trying to make it like really modern looking. So have you been
Oh,
to
yeah.
that one?
I-
That's,
oh,
I
yeah.
heard it was the fanciest one. Like maybe in the Midwest, if not like.
It's super
nation.
nice. I mean, I was a nanny this summer, and the kids would always want to go to McDonald's
Of
for the play place.
course, of
I mean, I
course.
didn't mind sitting in their lobby or their eating area,
Yeah.
reading a book while they played. So, I mean, it is a nice McDonald's, I guess. Can't say I'm a big McDonald's fan.
Would you eat McDonald's breakfast, Anna? If it was served all day.
I would be down for some McDonald's breakfast. That's for sure.
So we go to McDonald's after we film.
Yeah, after this, you guys want to head there? I've never been to the
head to-
Unalaska McDonald's
Let's
before.
head over
so.
to McDonald's. But we're going to take a quick break from the news here, and we're going to take a look at some perfect pets.
Each week, the student-run television station WMCN TV sends out a group of students to film some of the most precious animals of the Cooley Region Humane Society, in a segment we like to call Perfect Pets. The Cooley Region Humane Society offers a variety of programs and services at little or no cost to help both animals and people in our community. If you have found or lost a pet, are in need of training assistance, need cat behavior consultation, desire to volunteer, need to surrender your pet, or are looking to adopt a pet, The Cooley Region Humane Society offers this and so much more. So what are you waiting for? Adopt or become a volunteer today. To find out more about these services, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the number for the Cooley Region Humane Society is 781-4014. Sean, are you here with the next story?
Yeah, and it's a pretty interesting one. Okay, it's going from McDonald's to this one. It's more health conscious, and McDonald's is the world's largest like chicken slaughtering whatever.
Is it?
Ew.
Really?
Sorry, I'm not trying to be okay. Well, the point is that in Maryland, which is known for its chicken production, okay, it's a small state as we know, and it ranks 8th in the country for output of chicken meat, and so. The thing is, though, that chickens, when nature calls, they have to go to the bathroom, and it's actually a pretty foul substance to humans. So that huge amount of waste is actually Purdue is trying, university is trying to change the phosphorus in the chicken poo to this is actually a true story. So they're trying to change it into helping out the environment. They're trying to make it into biofuel. And they're actually producing on the Eastern Shore an energy efficient plant. So yeah,
With the
awesome.
chicken poo.
yeah, and they're gonna turn the poop to help out the environment into biofuel and create energy out of it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
First off, I think that's disgusting that we're talking about chicken poo on Afternoon Delight because I'm kind of hungry, but I think at the same
Not
time,
anymore.
not anymore. I'm done being hungry. But at the same time, I do think that it's cool that they're trying to use the resources from natural amenities. So
It
that's
makes
cool, I
it
guess.
cleaner fuel, I guess. Is it supposed to be cleaner fuel, or is it just trying to recycle?
Well, it's just that it produces a lot of bad stuff for the environment. It kills off crops and it's
Okay.
hurting, you know what I mean, the areas, it's affecting the areas around it in a negative way. So they're trying to lessen that impact and create a more,
It's smart.
Yeah.
I can't say
Yeah.
that I would have thought of that.
I mean,
so.
228,000 tons of excess chicken poop is produced every year, but they turn that into energy. So
I think that would be an incredible thing.
It's smart.
It's very smart. And it could be used for a lot of things, I feel like.
Yeah.
Did it say exactly how they go about doing that?
well, they really didn't get into the scientific detail of it, but basically, they're just trying to take the poop out of the water, it's saying on here, and get it out of the air. Well, okay, so I don't know all the details concerning it. I'll look it up later. I'll
It's
get
really
back to you.
intriguing.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that we get an update on this.
Yeah, I'm in environmental studies right now, and we talk about energy and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I asked that question, not to be gross or anything. I was just honestly curious.
No, it's an interesting story. Well, we had a request for this story to talk about this story. So it's kind of weird, but a model version of the Taj Mahal, you guys all know the
Yes.
Taj Mahal. So a model version of it made entirely out of toast was left on a street corner in South London. Nobody knows who made it. Nobody knows why it's there. It just kind of appeared. And it's made with white bread with the crust removed. Fun fact. So I don't know.
Miraculous toast mahal.
It just toast. They're calling it Toast Mahal. And they're regarding this as a piece of art. You saw in the.
It looked pretty.
It's incredible, actually. So I think it's going to be in some galleries. I don't know. I hope it is.
I hope that they save it and that it doesn't get moldy.
Yeah. Who do you think? Who do you think
Insane.
made this, Sean? Do you have any guesses?
I don't know. I'd never think of doing that. I would just toast the bread and probably smack some peanut butter on there and just go on with my day.
Yeah. I would say the same exact thing. I love peanut butter toast, so I don't think I would ever take my loaf of bread and make it into a beautiful masterpiece that just doesn't sound
How
logical.
large was it? Do you know?
It looked to be about maybe. Sorry, I don't know if you can see this, but this big and maybe this tall-ish. So it was a pretty decent sized model. Not huge, obviously, but it's a piece of art. It's a culinary piece of art.
Wow. I wonder who was just
Big
sitting
enough to
around
catch your
like,
eye.
thinking of that.
Exactly. It's just on a street corner.
Yeah.
Like, that is the most random thing.
You never
know.
know what you see on a street corner, I guess.
I don't know, in South London. In South London, I suppose.
I think it's cool.
Well,
story.
switching gears just a little bit, I thought we'd talk about this before the end of the show. Waka Flocka Flame. I don't know who he is. Apparently, you guys all know who he is. I don't.
I've heard a few songs with him in it when
Yeah.
I'm working out.
But apparently, he's running for president. So that's a picture of him, if in case you don't know, like, I don't know who he is. He's apparently a rapper. But he took time out of his favorite holiday, which was 420, to make a special announcement that he'll be running for president. So I think that was kind of fun.
I think that Sean here over on Daily Delight will be running for president. So
He's gonna run for president one day.
I think that would be pretty awesome.
My mom would be pretty happy.
Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Tune in next week for some other shows, and tune in on Thursday for our
Week in Review.
Weekend Review segment. I'll be doing a movie review, so you better tune in. So thanks for joining us. I didn't know how much time we had left.